G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review. Finally back from Christmas break. Thank you for bearing with me on that. It was nice to take a little vacation there. Really needed it. It's nice to visit with family and beat up on my nephews and nieces a little bit. Just enjoy life a little bit. It was good. Hope everybody had a wonderful holiday season. And hope Santa Claus brought you a lot of Joes. Yeah. Seeing on social media all the nice scores that people landed on. They landed under their Christmas trees. So it's cool that people are sharing stuff like that. Toys are still being delivered by Santa Claus to adults. It's great. So anyway, we're going to wind the clock back a little bit to 1983. We're going to be looking at the Polar Battle Bear. I honestly do not recall reviewing this one, and that is surprising, seeing that this is one of my favorite vehicles from the Joe line, especially because it's a small vehicle, and the small vehicles are my favorite ones. They're very, very affordable. Those are the ones that I had really the most exposure with. Primarily because those are the ones that I owned. I didn't start getting the larger vehicles until later in my teen years. And I like them especially because they were the vehicle that any kid really could afford. Just a little bit of pocket money, and they were affordable for just about everybody. So anyway, the Polar Battle Bear was released in '83, and it was available for 2 years, and it was discontinued in 1985, but it was available through Hasbro Direct. I can't remember the years. It's about 5 years, I think. So it eludes me. It's early in the morning, so I'm still a little bit drowsy. But it was available in Hasbro Direct for 5 years. So this by far is not a rare vehicle. You can still find it on the aftermarket for pennies on the dollar, but finding it complete is getting to be more and more of a challenge as the years go on, because more and more of these are being cannibalized. And I'll point out as we review this, some of the smaller pieces get lost, and they are made up. The primary pieces are made from solid a softer plastic, so they break easily. So those parts are easily damaged the older they get. So that is a greater challenge as well. So to find one complete is going to cost you a little bit of money, but these are what I call build on a budget. You find one as complete as you can and build on it little by little, and you could still come in under the price of the most expensive one, and you could still come in cheaper than that one. I'm not talking boxed, mint and box. I'm talking one that is already assembled. So anyway, that's what I mean by build on a budget. Excuse me, catching a cold. So, yeah, 1983 was when it was released. Hasbro Direct. You could have bought it through them for a few flag points, 3 or 5 flag points and a few dollars, and it was yours. And I love those Hasbro Direct catalogs that you would get with a vehicle. Man, that was almost as good as the Sears catalog, looking through those. Seeing all the cool things that you could buy through them, thinking about it and recanting the story just brings back those feelings. So anyway, my childhood memories of this, I never got to play with it as a child, but I do remember seeing it in the stores and knowing that I wanted it so bad. One, it's a snow vehicle, and anything that goes in the snow is absolutely cool. I love the snow. I love the winter weather. Not because I live in the middle of the blazing sun and the heat. You know, we're still in springtime temperatures at the end of December. Middle of the day, it's in the 70s out here still. But at least it's cold at night. It's finally down in the 40s here in the valley in Arizona. Up north, yeah, they have snow and they're getting the winter weather, but down here it's still during the day. I haven't worn a coat all year. I hate it. I have nice coats and I haven't worn them all year. I don't even wear a jacket. I have a hoodie that I put on sometimes just until my car warms up, and then I take it off because it's too hot. You know, go from work to my car, from my car to my house, you know. But anyway, yeah, I remember seeing this in the grocery stores, and in places like Kmart. Walmart wasn't around at the time, at least in Arizona. I know it was in Arkansas. So Kmart definitely, and my favorite grocery store, Smitty's, which is known as Fred Meyer in other states. The toy aisle where I had seen this, it was east-west facing at the time, right across where it could be seen from checkout. You'd have to walk through the stationery, the card section, you know, the greeting cards, to get to the toys. I shared the same aisle with it, actually. And the Battle Bear was right there. And I remember going there with my little brother. Mom would go shopping. My dad usually went with her. My brother and I would split off, and we would go look at the toys. My mom knew that's where we would be the whole time. My dad would usually go look at magazines or whatever, or he'd be found, you know, sitting at the front or over at the concession stands. So Mom knew where to find us. So my brother and I, we would go back and look at the toys. The Battle Bear top shelf. Just take that down and just stare at it. You know, Doc and Snow Job were there on the box. I'll pull up the box art here in a second. And I just wanted it so bad. $3.83 was the original retail price on this beautiful piece of art, playtime art. And I never got it. I never received it for Christmas because Star Wars was still on the shelves, and that's what Mom and Dad were buying us, and that was my primary interest. So the Battle Bear was never mine. But I got this one here in my collection 8-9 years ago. Went to a comic book shop in Mesa, Arizona, over on Main Street. It's called Gotham City Comics and Coffee. Right down there, downtown Mesa, historical downtown Mesa. Went into their shop, and they asked me if I was interested in buying this big box. I mean, this box was huge, full of parts. They said, we're tired of assembling this stuff. We got most of the complete stuff out of there. If you could still complete something out of it, great. $40, it's yours. I said, oh, heck yeah. I never whipped my wallet out of my pocket faster than that day. I think it was on fire after I pulled it out of my pocket. Got it home. The Battle Bear was complete. Got the tactical battle platform out of there, almost complete. I just had to put the guns on it, buy the little guns for it. So that completed it. Got the Dragonfly out of it, complete. And I was able to help other people complete their vehicles through supplying them with parts. So, yeah, that little box went a very, very long way. So that's how I got my Battle Bear, was out of that box. And those guys were very generous. I went back and told them what I completed out of it, and I felt bad for taking it for $40, and I offered them more money for it. They were polite enough to say no, but I insisted that they took a little bit more, because I felt bad, because they could have made a lot of money off the battle platform. They really could have. So they did. But anyway, that is my story behind the battle platform. I won't talk your ears off any longer on this. We're going to get to the star of the show. Let me pull up the box art for you here. Just love the box art. That's what sold the toy, really, for a lot of people, was the box art. That ever happened to you? You looked at the box art and you just absolutely loved it in the store. Then you got it home and assembled the vehicle and like, really? Looks so much more exciting on the box. That happened to me with the wind chill. I just didn't like it so much after I put it together. Mom said, "What, you don't like it now?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't like it now." But anyway, let's look at the Battle Bear. Alrighty, so here it is. I'm going to call it Cobra. I keep on getting mixed up with the name. The Polar Battle Bear. Oh. So you can see the decals on mine are worn down. I want to keep it vintage, keep it with the original stuff, looking nice and sweaty. You can buy the decals, replacement decals from Toy Hacks. They do a great job with that. I do have replacement decals on vehicles that I have purchased that did not have decals on it, or if I resold a vehicle that didn't have decals, I always go to Toy Hacks. They do a very, very good job of mocking up decals. They do them in paper and in vinyl. So looking at the Battle Bear, it does accommodate 3 riders, 1 for the driver, and it has foot pegs here on the back to accommodate 2 more Joes, and it has a tow hook. These are supposed to be handholds. You can see here on mine that this one was bent, and when I moved it, you can see the stress fracture starting to develop on it. The treads look very nice, highly detailed on it. These are more of a tank tread than they are a snowmobile tread. And on the bottom, it has your dumbbell wheel on it. Here is your front ski. These are made out of that softer plastic, like the gun on your Vamp. In 1983, Cobra only had a handful of vehicles. They had the Viper glider, they had the Snake armor, his tank, and the Fang, and G.I. Joe outnumbered them in vehicles, and they had their own base. Cobra, if you wanted a Cobra base, you should have gotten it from Sears and gotten that cheap cardboard base that they had that is now worth a fortune if you want the original. So Cobra has always been outnumbered in vehicles with G.I. Joe because you were meant to army build them. All right, so the gun right here on the front is attached to this pull tab. And you pull that, and it has a swivel action, so you can fire the machine gun or the laser gun side to side. Here on the bottom, the skis do rotate side to side. These do tend to wear at the friction point where it articulates inside the Battle Bear itself. Because of the softer plastic, it does wear down over time, and they are often found broken off on the aftermarket. It has two identical missiles. I'll just pull one off, and it just frictions right back onto the ski right here. Oh, speaking of which, friction on is a term that I picked up from our friend from the Great White North. Kevin, he is back. Kevin is back. Head on over to his channel, FormBX257. It's his 15th year anniversary. He is back on YouTube. He is alive and well and healthy. So Kevin, thank you for coming back to YouTube. Yes, I just happened to stumble onto his channel again. I was thinking about him, so I'll just head over to Kevin's channel and look at it for old time's sake. He had 4 new videos posted, and I didn't get a notification from YouTube, so thank you, YouTube. So anyway, Kevin, thank you for coming back, my friend. Good to see you alive and healthy. The decals here. One reads aid kit. The other one reads panel removal caution, as the G.I. Joe star here on the engine cover. And for the motor heads there at Hasbro, they designed this very nice little engine for the Battle Bear. And the motor cover is very often missing. And on the aftermarket, as well as the missiles, the roll bar here, which comes off quite easily, that is often missing as well. Handlebars you'll find on there. The guns and the skis are often missing. So the couch, or the driver's seat, is padded and it is slouched. That's why I call it a couch, because the driver sits in it and his legs go up and underneath. This is supposed to be the windshield. This was a sticker. It's not a blob of food or wax or whatnot. That was a sticker of some sort that is on there. Here is the Battle Bear insignia on the front. These stickers do need to be cleaned though, and Kevin does have a very nice instructional video on how to do that. G.I. Joe symbol I am missing, or logo. I am missing the headlight sticker for the front. Here on the side it says United States with the flag. Canada, you'll find the Canadian flag on there. Caution sticker, danger. And here on the side, this is supposed to be a toolkit. Another hazard sticker, meaning don't step on the treads. It has a bunch of instructions on there. So you got a nice little sticker sheet to, slap a lot of decals on this. And just a lot of detail that went into this little vehicle. In the early 80s, well, actually throughout the 80s, you got a lot of bang for your buck with their vehicles. They didn't start getting lazy until the mid 90s. Then it was just a stamp out, hollow bottom, here you go, you're welcome kind of treatment. This is a good solid vehicle. So you got a high quality toy, for $3.83, which was a little bit more than minimum wage back then. I think you would have had to work an hour and a half to buy this, but still, I could have gone out and mowed somebody's lawn for $5 and purchased this with maybe 2 hours worth of work. But I would have had to mow a lot of lawns for $5, because usually somebody would pay me $1 or 50 cents to mow their lawn. But nonetheless, this was a lot of fun. I just can't say enough good about this. This is such a fun toy. Very good view on to the inside of that. You could even see down, all the way down in there. They still kept up with the detail all the way in there, even though you don't really see it in your playtime. You see down there between the driver's legs, more detail on the driver's couch. Then you have the handlebars or the control yoke, more stickers up there on the control panel I forgot to point out. But very nice. This is, like I said, there's a lot of bang for your buck on this. So definitely pick one of these up, guys, if you don't have one. A lot of people are fleet building these, and I could see why. You just can't have more than one. I have a couple of them that aren't complete, and I just slowly add to them here and there, just for the fun of it. But I'm completely satisfied just to own this guy right here. That satisfied my needs. Later on down the line, they had more of these. Yeah, there was one that was released as a Target exclusive that came with the rock slide, the vintage Battle Bear, and a vintage style snow job, and the newer snow job, I think. I'm glad that they brought that back. And I regret not buying that set when it was on the shelves. But I was back into collecting Star Wars at the time. I was like, hey, cool, G.I. Joe's back out. But I really had to focus on one toy line at a time. Otherwise, I would have been in a heap of a mess. Go broke doing that. So anyway, these Battle Bears, great toy. I'm sure everybody has their opinions about this. I haven't heard anything negative to be said about this vehicle. It did make its debut in the 5-part mini-series, The Weather Dominator. That's when it was first seen, and then it was very rarely seen after that. A lot of things made their debut. A lot of toys made their debut in that mini-series, and you never saw them again. Hasbro had to get their plug-in those 5-part mini-series, and then you hardly saw, if at all, saw those toys again. In that mini-series, you also saw, very briefly, when they were fighting at the temple, you saw the pack rats. Never saw them again. Climbing up the side of the canyon to get to the temple, briefly saw the flak. It was being raised up the side of the canyon wall. And then I think he saw it shooting once. Never saw the flak again. Saw the whirlwind in the same scene. Never saw it again. So there are things that they had to show to get your attention to pitch the toy, but never saw it again. So, yeah. You're into the lesson. Yeah, I never really paid attention to those being giant toy commercials until people started sitting talking about it in their reviews. And that was it. I never saw those cartoons as toy commercials. I saw them as just that, a cartoon, as entertainment, as a lot of fun, and never as a toy commercial. Yeah, I caught on to it. Okay, there's a new action figure on the market. I wonder when it's going to show up in the cartoon. I got that, but I never knew that's what it was being used for. I never paid attention, and frankly, I didn't care. I loved the cartoons. They were fun entertainment. It gave me a new idea for playtime. That was it, and that's all I care about. I don't dissect them. I don't pick them apart. I don't make fun of them. They are what they are. They were 20 minutes of fun-filled entertainment. And they still are to me. So, you guys, thank you so very much for tuning into my channel. There's still a lot of you guys out there who have not subscribed to my channel that do watch. So thank you very much for that. If you could do me a favor, just hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. It is a favor. It's not a mandatory thing. I'll say you can't come back to my channel if you don't subscribe. It's fine. You're visiting my channel, and I do appreciate that. That's great. Thank you. Welcome to the Toy Dungeon. I do appreciate any view time you guys give me. But subscriptions do help spread the word of the channel so more people can get immersed into the toy history of like I said in my last review, us old farts who are recording these histories of our toys for future generations. So generations could see what cool things we had to play with and not use these and look at a screen for entertainment. We had to use this for entertainment and hunks of plastic for entertainment. You notice most toys are marketed towards adults these days? Yeah. The age ranges from 30s up until the 50s. That's what the toys are being marketed towards. You ever pay attention to that? Yeah, little kids are still playing with toys, but most of the stuff is being marketed towards adults. Toy sections are getting small, folks. Kids are... Where in the hell my phone is? If I were a child, it would have been glued to my butt or glued to my hand. Yeah, your phone. Your iPad. That's where kids' entertainment is. I'm not going to have an electronic babysitter for my grandchildren. They're going to play with toys. That's it. So anyway, they come and visit. They're playing with toys. They're not going to be glued to the freaking iPad. The blue light's bad for your eyes anyway. I'm going to have a bunch of blind kids with carpal tunnel. Yes, they're going to play with my toys. They're going to want to come to Grandpa's house because they get to play with toys. Yes. So anyway, you guys are great. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, I really appreciate it. Please do me that big favor. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up if you really like this. That also helps spread the word across the YouTube algorithm. Not doing it, asking you to boost my ego or to garner me views or anything like that. It just spreads the word about this channel. Not wanting to make money off of this channel at all. I have a job. Thank you. I'm doing this just for the pure fun of it. It is a hobby. It is a form of relaxation. I don't want to make a career out of YouTube alone. Like I said, I have a career. I have a job I'm very happy with. So this isn't my form of living, my form of revenue. So I would just appreciate that help. Yeah, that small favor. It's free of charge. Burns hardly any calories from going from here to here on the computer screen. I mean, just computer mouse. You just pick it up. That's all. Just pop. Computer mouse. That's it. Hardly any calories, man. That's all it takes. So anyway, thank you guys so much for, again, can't thank you enough. This is Joe Motion Videos 82 saying goodbye for now. We'll see you next week for another G.I. Joe toy review. I'll find something around the dungeon. There's always something to be found. I do appreciate you guys. So stay safe out there. Be good to yourselves. You deserve it. Be kind to everybody around you. You never know what type of day a person is having. An ounce of kindness goes a very long way. And be kind to your animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. Don't forget to hug your cat, hug your dog, or whatever animal you have. Show them a bit of affection. So anyway, take care. Thank you guys so much. You're awesome. You really are. Great bunch of viewers here. We'll see you. Bye-bye.